Hey, call me Shape, and today I'm reacting to a video of pretty black woman expecting black men to compete for their love. Let's get right into it.
Getting into this first topic, it says, should men be willing to compete for a woman, and why do you think men are scared to compete for a woman? Because I think, just to put some context to it, I think there was a post I seen where a woman was like that once a guy sees that a woman has, other guys competing for her, they kind of like, all right, well, nah, I'm good on that. Like, they could have their fun. I'm good. Like, you know what I mean? So why do you think guys are discouraged from competing for a woman?
Personally, I feel like men shouldn't have to compete for a woman, just as how I feel as a woman, I shouldn't have to compete for a man. So, like, strategically, the way I would move when it comes to, like, a guy, it's like, if I choose to vibe with you, you top tier, the competition will then be to keep me. That's what it is. Like, to get me, you lucky, but to keep me, that's the competition right there.
To get you, a man is lucky?
Yeah, because I would rather be by myself, honestly. I'm dead serious. Like, I'd rather be alone. Like, I don't need a man to do anything.
That don't sound like something worth competing for. I ain't gonna hold you.
Chill. It's not even like that. It's not even like that. I'm just saying, like,
your words are powerful. So you're already leading off with saying that.
So why do you think that somebody would want to be with somebody that don't need them? Like,
no, I'm not saying.
I'd rather be by themselves.
Like,
no, that's not what she's saying.
She said that she'd rather be by herself.
That.
I'm not saying it like that. She's saying
if
she knows first of all, I'm 110% confident I am a prize, period. So I feel like it's not so, you're competing like to keep me. It's just like, if I'm putting my energy, and it works vice versa. I'm not just saying for me, it's also for him. If I'm putting my energy into you because I want to fuck with you, because I like you, and I'm taking the time out of like my life to spend time with you, whatever the case may be, then yeah, like, you gotta try to fight to keep it. Like, keep me.
You're not doing me no favor. What do you mean fight to keep it? You ain't doing me no favor. If you decide that you want to talk to me, get to know me, you're not doing it to do me a favor. You know what I mean? Dudes want to talk to get to know you. Do them the favor and hook up with them. Okay? It's very funny to me that women don't want to compete for a man. But you understand, you compete for everything in life. The place you live, you have to compete for that. Maybe you didn't realize that. Well, it wasn't like they're just making sure that your parents had a place to live, or whoever you live with. Okay? They had to compete against other people who could have got that property. Everything is a competition. This hat that I'm wearing, the clothes you're wearing, it could have been on someone else's body, someone else's back. But it made it all the way to you, and you have to come up with something for that. You ain't get it for free. I mean, it might be, there's no free lunches, you know what I'm saying? So I say this to say, we compete because there's limited resources, okay? And so if, as a man, you know what I'm saying, and if you're interested and you want to be with a man, you have to understand that, all right, there's only one of him, but there might be many girls that want him. So you tell me you want him to drop all those girls for you? Why? Why? Why would he do you that favor? Okay, he's be doing you a favor. He was like, oh, I don't think I should have to compete for a man. Yes, you do. You know, a man, our job is to hire the best woman to be a wife and a mother. So if I deal with you and you're going to be a horrible wife and a mother, you know what I'm saying? That's a waste of my time. You could ruin my life. I got to choose wisely. And so I'm going to choose by, let the best woman win. You know what I'm saying? A lot of women want something of value for nothing. She just wants to show up and get a high value man. It doesn't work like that. It doesn't.
So a man should compete.
That's the competition in itself. I'm not going to put a man in a position where he's competing against other men for me. That's what I'm saying. If I'm choosing you, you top tier. But the competition then becomes, all right, do you meet my standards, like, with keeping me? Because I'm pretty sure every man has a standard for a female, right? Y'all have, like, it's like school. To get into a class, you need, like, prerequisites. To get into that class, you need to pass with a certain grade, you know? Same thing like a relationship or somebody that ideally you would think of being with you.
But once you pass, you in that class, right?
Exactly.
Okay.
And that means you won the competition. Feel me?
But then you said the competition is the relationship.
No, I'm talking about, like, during the talking stage.
Oh, during the talking stage.
Yeah, like when you getting to know somebody, then that's
So you only talk, you in general, you only talk to one guy at a time in the dating stage?
Me personally, I can't do the two at the same time. Yeah. It's annoying.
You're not with the threesome, that's what you're saying.
What's annoying about it though?
I just can't. I can't be two places at once. It's gonna piss me off. I feel like I'm a snitch on myself in a situation where I'm talking to multiple guys at the same time. I tried it. I'm not gonna lie, I tried it before, and it pissed me off to the point where I'm like, you know what, cuz I can't do this. It's I'm choosing between you and another man, and I can't do it. My mind being too many places at once with what I do in my daily life, it's just too much. I can't.
I feel like women will get too involved with both men. You get what I'm saying? I feel like, I believe you guys can't separate the two guys. You guys will be happy what Johnny's doing for you today and what Matthew's doing. So they both making you happy. You wouldn't know how to choose.
That's a whole lie, bro. That's a whole lie, bro.
That's for me.
Women always got their favorite nigga, bro. That's a whole lie.
They do.
Yeah, I've dated multiple guys. Earlier this year, I was dating multiple people, but I just gravitated to one person more because that's just not that's just natural. I don't. It's too much work. I don't know how guys do it, but it's just too much work dealing with someone else's emotions. And then when you're female, and this is my definition of competition a little different, is I feel like guys compete, because when I'm dating multiple guys, I'm dating multiple guys, so you try to apply more pressure than the other guy if you really want the girl. You know what I'm saying? I've had one guy, he tried to take me somewhere, and then the other guy, he's like, well, he's taking you on a trip, well, I'm gonna do this, you know what I'm saying? But then you also have guys that's well, fuck her, I'm not. Then you have guys that just fell back from me, oh, you giving him attention, then you don't need to fuck with me, you know what I'm saying? But it's just too much work focusing. My emotions be everywhere. I really like you, but then I also like you. That's just too much. And then it's you don't want to get serious.
That sounds like you a 304. I like you and I like you. What women don't understand is that we're not all equal. And this is why we're competing, because we're people competing for valuable goods, but we're unequally valued. You see, you are a young woman, and you look at it you might think, oh, I'm beautiful, I'm attractive, I got punani. Someone wants me, someone desires me. Yeah, that's okay, I get that. But, you want a man to take you seriously, right? You want a man to consider you to be a wife. You don't want to be a pass around. Do you really want my sexual attention? Oh yeah, I'll hit that. You don't want that. So when it comes to the wife, that's a competition. Not every girl is going to just get that because she's pretty. Pretty is a dime a dozen. There's beautiful girls everywhere. And this is what I'm trying to say. It's a supply and demand issue that we're talking about. Water is one of the most valuable things for humans. But the reason why, if you go anywhere in the world, it's free for the most part. It's any restaurant in America. I don't want to say anywhere in the world. Any restaurant in America, they'll give you water for free, even though it's the most healthiest thing for you, right? But they'll charge you for a Pepsi or a Sprite. Why? There's less Pepsi and Sprite than there is water. No one has a tap of Pepsi and Sprite coming through the pipes. Even when companies have fountain drinks, they have plumbing for water and then a little bit of a syrup to mix up with that water to make a fountain drink. But again, that little syrup, there's less of that than the water. I'm saying this to say, I don't want to get too complicated. I'm saying this to say that everything has value based on its supply. Not just about how valuable it is. You might think, oh, I'm a woman, I'm valuable, I could give you a kid, I could do this. Yeah, but that value is everywhere. You can find women everywhere that's attractive and can give a man a kid. And you can find there's a woman turning 18 every day. Millions of beautiful women turning 18 every day. I'm saying that to say now you have new adults joining the batch of adults that already existed. So a man, his dating pool's forever growing, right? Where women, they're aging out of the dating market. So women y'all really have the job of competing for a man because you only have so much time to compete for a man. That's another thing. So the reason why you got to compete because you got limited time, right? That you are in your reproductive prime to get a man. So again, I'm talking about this because it seems like these people don't even understand the basic mathematics of why we even compete. The alternative is being stealing, right? It's either we have these set amount of goods and resources. How do we distribute them throughout the community? You know, in women's mind, everyone gets one participation trophy. Everyone gets a man. I was born in this world, therefore there's a man here for me. Nah, it's not necessarily true. Because here's the problem, right? Every girl wants the top tier guys. You want a top tier guy. You want a guy that's healthy, handsome, and he got money, right? Well, guess what? There's a finite supply of that. Okay? And again, there's more women attractive like you. And I'm going to even give it a little bit better than that. There's not only they're attractive, they're healthy. See, a lot of women, they don't understand that we know as men that you put on makeup, you do hair, you do this to display health. But we know that underneath that makeup, pimples, you're sick, your skin doesn't look as vibrant, right? You know what I'm saying? So all this has to be judged in a sense where if you got to wear makeup to look healthy and there's another girl who looks healthy without wearing makeup, who's more competitive? Because you look like you're healthy, but one girl actually is healthy. That's why some older women, they're like, oh, man, I look younger. Well, you look like you're in your 20s, but you're in your 40s. There's a girl who's actually in her 20s. That's the difference. You know, I don't want you to just look like a brand new car. Are you a brand new car? Okay, I get it. You might be a car, you know what I'm saying, that's 40, 50 years old, but you have a small amount of miles on it. Okay, but it's still a 40, 50-year-old car. So, you know, even if it has more value now than it did back then, you know what I'm saying? It's still got older equipment. The new car got new equipment. You see, math never fails. And women are bad at math. That's why there's a channel called Whole Math.
Either. Like, I'm not ready to get serious. So the more pressure you're applying, because you feel like you're competing with another guy, it just kind of overwhelms me. That's how I feel. Like, I can't do multiple, no.
I'm just a firm believer in karma. It's like that shit will weigh on my conscience heavy if I'm talking to multiple guys.
No, you just let them know. I let the guys know. I'm keeping my options open.
Yeah, that's true. Me personally, I'm not dating just to date. I'm dating for a purpose. Feel me? So it's like it's kind of gonna weigh on my conscience knowing that I'm dating for a purpose, and then it's just multiple guys. I can't do that. It's gonna weigh on me.
But if you're dating for a purpose, right? And you got. You know how they say don't put all your eggs in one basket?
Yeah.
Because you dating that one person, and then further down the line, when y'all really get to know each other, you wasted your time because y'all not really compatible with each other. Rather than if you know what I mean, you dated around a little bit, you might have a better chance of meeting the person that you like.
Yeah, there's a process of elimination that can also be applied there too. So y'all never competed for a man before?
I feel like it's all about communication. So it's like if you really like someone, you should tell them where they at, where they stand. And even if you talk to multiple other people, you tell them where they stand. So there's no competition. The only person who should be competing is really the ex if they want you back. The ex got to do way more than the new person coming in your life. You feel me? Because now they got to do. You feel me? They're the ones who.
If they the ex, if they the ex, how they still got a chance? There's a reason why they the ex.
They still be wanting the chance, but it's like they sometimes when you dealing
sometimes
with like
even working it out. It depends on the situation. Not all exes.
I don't
fuck
know.
Up,
like me, it's not a lot of girls like me. Like I'm a real loyal person, so it's like my ex, he fucked up, and now it's just like he realized what he had. And I'm not trying to give him no chances. You feel me? But he's trying to, like, throw all this stuff in my face. You feel me?
Lure you back in.
To lure me back in. But he did that before. And I was blind of what he was doing behind my back.
To fool you once, so he can't fool you twice type of situation. Like.
Yeah, so that's what I'm saying. Like, if you really like somebody,
I'm not competing.
It don't matter how many people you mess with. If you actually want to, like... have sex and do all the extra stuff, you should have communication with that person.
And tell them where they stand. You said you're not competing with nobody's daughter, right? Again,
realistically,
it's a guy that
of course, we're competing.
It's a guy that you vibing with.
If you have to compete, it's no reason you should be wasting your time.
Yeah, but say it's a guy that you...
These girls who say this, but they would love to date a celebrity. And let me tell you again, girls, there's a bunch of girls just like you in their Rolodex. Okay? And it's sad because, it's unfortunate that these women are displaying why arranged marriage existed, because women can't do this thing called dating. Dating's not even a real thing. It's a make-believe thing. You're not really dating. What you're really doing is riding the Brock carousel. Okay, that's what you're really doing. That's what you're taking turns. She's like, and then one girl saying, oh, well, you know, I feel so guilty. And yeah, because she knows deep down inside, you're not supposed to be letting all these pipes inside you, girl. It's invasive. The hookup experience for women is invasive. Someone is entering your body. Okay? We treat that act, a quote unquote violation, like nothing. Okay? Penetrating a woman is a deep thing, psychologically and physically, and there's a lot of consequences to it. And nowadays, everyone's just being penetrated for fun. You know what I'm saying? Hey, look, I engage in the activity too. You know what I'm saying? But again, these women talking about, oh, I don't got to compete for nobody. A lot of women are competing for me. You know what I'm saying? But not like they would, I don't know if they knew or didn't know, but how could you not know? If you find me attractive, do you really think you're the only one? If you think you're cute, wait, you think I just thought you were cute and you thought I was cute at the same time and we both got nothing going on at the same time? Come on now. Childish mindset. They haven't thought this through. They're trying to figure this out. This is why arranged marriage existed. It existed for this exact reason. Here's 3 women who are presumably attractive, but none of them know what the hell they're doing. And they all feel weird about it, and they were trying to make up their own rules, and none of this makes sense. Hookup culture is a lie. Technically, everybody you smash is your husband. Everybody. So all these women that have 50, 30 bodies, they've been divorced 50, 30 times. You know what I'm saying? Because we know intercourse is for married people. You know what I'm saying? I'm just telling you the truth. And we get to exist in a world like this right now because of condoms and, you know what I'm saying, the A word, abortion, you know what I'm saying? Because of that. Because of abortions and condoms and contraceptives, you know what I'm saying? We're allowed to divorce pregnancy from hooking up. But we know in real life, our ancestors, that's what if you got smashed as a girl back in the day, there's a high chance you would get pregnant from that. We're talking about 2, 4, 5, 6, 700 years ago. If someone smashed you, the likelihood of you getting pregnant was high. So guess what? It was risky, and therefore people came up with things such as arranged marriage to protect that. So this is why when you do get smashed, it's by someone you're already in a situation with. It's called marriage. You're in a covenant with. Okay? And you have spiritual reasons to be faithful to each other. Nowadays, we just have social reasons, and we don't even have that because people are encouraging you to have an affair, to get a divorce. You know what I'm saying? Why even say vows when everyone breaks them? That's why there's no point to get married nowadays. Everyone's willing to break them. But I'm saying this to say these girls are an example of women that have no idea what's really going on, right? This is the level that society educates people to understand the world. These women are not ready for the world, but they have to make real life decisions for the world. They're not ready for it. They're not ready for it. They don't even know why they compete. It's a simple thing. Limited resources. That's why everything has a value. The value of things, a lot of it has to do with how limited it is. If you're a man, you're one of one. Like, let's say LeBron James, one of one. You can't just easily replace LeBron James. So guess what? He's compensated as such. Steph Curry, he just can't replace him, so he's compensated as such. These 3 girls on the couch, you know how many times we could do something like this without them? Okay? And they're not even contributing some high level of intellect. So therefore, what they're saying is so common, you know you're going to hit it every time you try to achieve it. Every time you try to put a couch of 3 black women like this together, they're going to say almost identical things. Why? Because these women have not went out their way to further educate themselves on the subject they're talking about because they haven't been required to. All they've been required to was exist. They've been spoon-fed. They're probably still living at home with their parents. They don't understand life as the way it is. And these people are set up to be the adults of the future. And this is why DEI exists, because they want to give opportunities to girls like this that did not earn it. DEI didn't earn it. Okay? In life, you have to try to think to yourself that, hey, are we going to work hard towards something? Or we're not. Either way, action or inaction, they're both a decision. They're both actions. Whether you do nothing or do something, that's a decision. Okay, so if you choose to not study, read, develop yourself, your brain is just going to atrophy. You might not want your brain to atrophy, but they said that, I was reading a study one time and I'm going off the deep end, but I really think that intellect is what's missing in this scenario. These girls are fairly attractive. They're just unaware. They just don't know. You just don't know what you don't know. But I was reading in a study where it talked about how there's a way to ruin a brain and there's a way to improve it. And if you want to weaken and destroy a brain, just entertain it. Just give it entertainment. That's it. Just entertain the brain. The brain will literally shrink if you just give it entertainment. A little bit of stimulus. You don't have to think about it. But if you want to grow the brain, they found out that activities such as reading actually grows the brain, right? When we talk about growing, we're talking about neuroplasticity, changing the brain, right? You can Google that word if you want to. I'm not trying to use big words, but that's a real word. Neuroplasticity, the ability for your brain to adapt, to change, okay? And it's going to change when you read. These women, their brain have not changed that much from school. The little things school teach you, that's all they know. That's all they know.
Vibing with
if you
everything.
have to compete, it's no reason you should be wasting your time.
Yeah, but say it's a guy that you vibing with, everything is clicking on all cylinders, but he's telling you, hey, I am dating, seeing other women.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Realistically, you're competing regardless if a nigga's dating, he's dating the same way he's competing for me, yes. But I'm saying, like, I'm not competing in a sense, like, he really, really likes me, right? And he tells me he really, really likes me, or maybe he want to settle down, whatever, but he just got this other girl lingering around. And let's say, like, an ex, I'm not competing. That's what I'm saying. Like, if we are both, like, in agreement that, like, yo, I'm fucking with you, you're fucking with me, whatever, and we're taking things serious, but you still got another girl lingering around, that's when I'm not competing. Because then it's kind of like, no, like, we're not doing that.
So that means you just stop in all effort?
Yeah, I'm definitely,
because there's a lack of communication.
Yeah, because if you express to me, it's only the stage. It's the stage that we're at. Because obviously in the beginning stage, we only went on like 2 or 3 dates, whatever, and you're still dating other people, we both weighing our options, that's fine. But if we sit down and have an agreement, like, yo, I'm fucking with you, and like I really want to see where this goes or whatever, but for whatever reason you have somebody lingering around or an ex that's around, I'm not competing. Because obviously you don't know what you want, and you're trying to keep me around, and I don't want that.
Well, if they tell you that they're...
Again, these girls, they're egos, inflated egos. She expects to just get the man she wants, no competition. And this is why people want to know why black men marry outside their race when they get older, or when they get successful, and when they get on and leave, ask for a white girl. Kanye did that, right? The reason why they do it because these women are willing to compete for these men. While you're sitting around thinking about, oh yeah, he better holler at me, he better talk to me, these girls are all up in his DM, all up, you know what I'm saying, all up in his face. Limited resources. Everyone's not going to get a high value man. I'm sorry to break it to you, ladies, but you're very similar to the rest of the competition. You don't stand out from the competition that much. My assumption is you don't have healthy diets. You don't have a healthy lifestyle, so I don't think none of these girls work out. I'm looking at this girl's shoulders. To me, if your shoulders and your biceps are the same length as the way the girl on the right is, right behind me, to me, it just is a definition you do not work out. I used to look like this. One of the best things you can build up on somebody is their rear delts. The rear delts is one of the most neglected parts of the body, and anytime I see someone without rear delts, I already know that they don't work out. They don't work out. Some people do work out and they still don't got rear delts. Girl here on the left, she got a little bit more rear delts. You see it, the little curvature, you know what I'm saying, on the side of the arm. But either way, my whole point is these girls are not even the most competitive as far as being fit. They're probably not the healthiest. They're definitely not the smartest. And so they're really below average women expecting to get a high value man without any competition. This is called delusion. I want you guys, if you guys are really supporters of me, I want you to really do this for me. I want you to pump your fist in the chat if you're about to listen, if you really agree with what I'm about to say next, okay? Pump your fist. Pump your fist in the chat if you agree with what I'm about to say. In life, there's a theory called the maps of meaning, right? It's called MAPS theory. And if you look at map, all right, if I drew a map of New Jersey, I'm from New Jersey. Shout out to all my New Jerseyans. Shout out to everybody from the J. If you drew a map of New Jersey, right, if I drew a map of New Jersey, I could say, oh, yeah, this is Trenton, this is Newark, this is Central Jersey, this is North Jersey, this is South Jersey, this is Atlantic City. I could draw it, right? But it doesn't mean the way I draw it is identical to the actual territory. I could get it wrong. And what I mean by that is that your mind makes maps of the world, but the map might not be accurate. right? The territory is what it really is, but your mind might not have an actual map of the territory, right? So it's no different than not knowing something. You don't have a good map of it. The things you know, you have a really good map of. I'm saying this to say that these women don't have a clear map of what's really going on. They don't realize that if they're in their time right now, this is the time in their life where they need to get everything right. All the bad decisions they make now are going to haunt them in their 40s and their 50s. If they don't get this exact part of their life right, they're going to be cat women. Women with a bunch of cats. Okay? And I don't think they see that because in their mind, they all get a high value man because they're desirable. You know what I'm saying? They might look at it like, oh, I'm not fat, I'm not overweight, but you're not, I mean, here's a reality too. If they're okay with average men, okay, maybe they will be fine, but they don't even want to compete for the average men. They don't even want to compete for the average men. So the average man has an average girl who's not even interested in competing for him. Everybody wants a participation trophy, man. You want to get a man because you showed up. Hey, I wish life was that great. I wish I could be successful because I just showed up, right? I just showed up. You know, I wish this video got made because I just sat in front of the screen and the video just started recording itself. I wish it was like that, you know? But it's not like that, baby girl. And therefore, if you don't put no effort in your life towards securing a man when you're at your prime, don't think that you're not going to have to, you can do this exact same thing post your prime. But a lot of girls do. They'll get in their 40s and their 50s and they'll think, I don't got to compete for men. I don't got to compete for men. A man's a secondary plan. But they're competing for their jobs, right? They know their jobs in limited supply. They know they got to keep the act right before they get fired and get replaced. So they compete for that. They compete for the place they live. They know that, you know what I'm saying? They act up, the landlord will replace them with somebody else, right? They compete for their groceries. They know that if they don't get that last toilet paper on the shelf, they ain't gonna get no toilet paper, right? We compete for all these other things, but the thing that can help us compete for all those things, we want to sit back and collect for free. And this exactly is the problem, man. Shout out to the world, man. We're in a strange place. This is Black America. This is Black America. Anyway, like the video, subscribe to the channel. Channel blowing up. I appreciate you guys. Check out some of my other videos, and I'll see you over there.